Well, Justina, I feel like your courses fill a gap that we see so often in the education community, whether it's public education, private education, or in our case, homeschooling especially, where the arts are often taught as an afterthought if they're taught at all. Yet at the same time, it's this conflict where I feel like they're so very much important. We need courses like yours out there to give parents that confidence so that they can take and run with it. How do you feel like your course is helping bridge that gap?
Right. So it's true. We are focused on STEM in our world, right? Science,
Mm-hmm.
technology, engineering, math. And then shortly after they called it STEM, they started calling it STEAM. So they added A for
Mm-hmm.
arts. And partly because
Mm-hmm.
they were finding you need creativity to get all the other technology things
Mm-hmm.
going. So creativity is really important even in all the technology. But I believe that music and art are essential parts of education and of being human because they enrich our lives in so many ways. That's the human part, right? But they
Yes.
also enhance
Mm-hmm.
education in so many ways. And so, yeah, I know that a lot of times we have money and um, for our math and our science and our reading and writing and there, we have limited money to go for our curriculum. And so that's why I think a lot of times the arts does get pushed to the side and we're like, well, we'll just check out some books from the library or some CDs or go on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And those are all great places. And as homeschool moms, we love to research things and find them on our own.
Yeah.
But sometimes we don't know what we're looking for. And sometimes we lose steam, right? And so my
Mm-hmm.
courses kind of fill in that gap to give you what you need. As we said before, kind of plug and play. There's a guide there
Mm-hmm.
in the lesson plans and in the characters of Rembrandt and George Friedrich Handel. And so that's kind of where I fill in the gap for those who just want their kids to have music and art and don't have the background in it and can afford to pay a little something. And honestly, the price of my courses or other courses like mine are not that much compared to private lessons or private music
Mm-hmm.
lessons or private art lessons. And there's something the whole family can do together. So it's just enriching your lives as well as developing your kids' brains in a lot of ways. So that's kind of where my courses fill in for those things.
Oh, I completely agree. They're accessible to you. Not only is it, well, if you have, I have one child, but if you have more than one, just the cost of, for the cost of what your one course is, I don't think you could get 1 month of music lessons for one child, much less music appreciation. My son attends a summer camp every summer where it's a little bit of music and a little bit of art appreciation. But for that 1 week of camp where we allow him to go in summer for one child is still more expensive than one of your
Right.
courses, which I think you said
Yeah.
runs.
So the
Okay.
Composer Detective is actually 10 units. There's actually
Oh,
12 units at this point, but they're not all included in the official Composer Detective. The Composer Detective covers the orchestra unit and then 9 composers. Like I said, there's 2 additional
okay.
composers now. But that is,
Okay.
and that's where I suggest people spend at least a month on each unit so you can get
Okay.
exposed to the different composers' music and style. And that's if you follow the lesson plans 2 to 3 days a week. But you could spend 3 months on one composer if you want to. You can adapt it.
Mm-hmm.
So then each artist unit is suggested as a month as well. And so
Okay.
I sell those in volumes where there's 6 artists in one volume. And
Okay.
so those are each a month long too. But like the drawing course I have is it can be longer. I know. I'm
So
sorry.
either
Okay.
way, the value for your course is, oh my goodness, it sounds like you could have easy, you could do it for a semester, you could have this for an entire year, but more than just the cost for one child, you can use this for an entire family. I'm
Right.
unusual that I have one child as a homeschool family, but usually homeschool families have so many more. So
Right.
it's definitely worth the value.
Right. And then my special twist in my courses is that I dress up as the characters. And so you feel like you're engaging with history and
Mhm.
the composer or the artist too. So it makes it really fun for families.
It does. It absolutely does. I know we cannot wait to go through the course.